Hi everyone, Chocolate Orange Juice Man here, and today, as you can tell, I'm going to be doing my very first ranking video. So, I'm going to be ranking all 21 Star Wars lightsaber duels from the movies ranked. Going into this, I'm only counting what I consider a lightsaber duel to be is when two lightsabers or lightsaber style weapons clash against each other. So, that's what I'm going to do today. Be warned, there will be spoilers for the entire Star Wars saga ahead, mainly The Rise of Skywalker. So kicking off our list at number 21 is going to be Qui-Gon Jinn versus Darth Maul from The Phantom Menace on Tatooine. Now, this one was just supposed to be a little action sequence as they were leaving Tatooine, and then Qui-Gon distracts Maul while the others escape. So this one wasn't much, and it wasn't supposed to be much. And then we got a rematch later on, so this was just a little hint to what Darth Maul really is. So, it was nice. It wasn't much, and like I said before, it wasn't supposed to be a whole lot. So, starting at our number 20 is Finn versus Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens, and this one was kind of like the opening act to something bigger, with Rey versus Kylo Ren. So Finn kicked things off, finally facing down an opponent, someone who he doesn't like. So then, for the second time in the movie, he got called a traitor, and that kind of triggered him a little bit. So then he picks up his lightsaber and starts trying to take down Kylo Ren. So, this one, same as last time, it wasn't much and it wasn't supposed to be much. It was supposed to be an opening act to something bigger, and for that reason, it comes in at number 20. So number 19 is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi versus General Grievous from Revenge of the Sith on Utapau. This one, Grievous has 4 lightsabers. My problem with this one is that Obi-Wan beat him too easily. And that throughout the movie, we've been told that General Grievous is a coward who likes to run away. But now, when he has the chance to literally ask all his droids, actually command all his droids to fire on Obi-Wan, he just says, "Back away, I'll deal with this Jedi slime myself." That's not what he would have done in this situation. He would have just let his droids fire on him. So, it had some problems to me. But on the bright side, it had 4 lightsabers, and it looks kind of cool. But, I don't know, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of thriller in it. Plus, the second half was basically not even a lightsaber duel. It's just like a electro pole and blaster thing. So, number 18 is Finn versus TR-8R from The Force Awakens on Takodana. A bunch of people were saying, "Oh, well, this should have been Captain Phasma instead of TR-8R." Well, we got Captain Phasma in The Last Jedi. And, look, this is our first example of a lightsaber-style weapon. This isn't a lightsaber, but it's a lightsaber-style weapon. So you got Finn just trying to take down some stormtroopers. Then, a random stormtrooper leader comes in, traitor, for the first time in the movie. Second time is Kylo. And then they just have a little bit of a duel with this thing, and this kind of looked like two people swinging a bunch of baseball bats at each other. That's what J.J. Abrams likes to do with his lightsaber battles. I don't really like it a whole lot, but anyway, it was just not that great, and it wasn't supposed to be super awesome. It wasn't supposed to be the highlight of the movie. Number 17 is Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader from A New Hope. Now, in here, if on an emotion scale, this is a 10. Because you got an old master and an old apprentice meeting. And, well, yeah, they've dueled before. And then for choreography and action, it's a 0. Now, I understand this was made in 1977, really old, before I was born. But it still looks kind of cheesy when you watch it now that all these new ones are out. Back then, this would have been super awesome, but anyway. It was really good. I thought it had some good points because on the emotion level, there was like Obi-Wan, old Obi-Wan who had defeated him before, and now Darth Vader wants his revenge on Obi-Wan for cutting his legs off, and he gets it. So this is why it comes in low. There are better ones, and the choreography was just the worst. They forgot how to use their lightsabers. Number 16 is Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku from Attack of the Clones. Now, it was mostly Anakin versus Count, but Obi-Wan was in it quite a bit too, so. And just like Finn versus Kylo, this was supposed to be the opening act to Yoda versus Count Dooku. So, like two other ones, it wasn't supposed to be much, and it wasn't much. But it was kind of cool, kind of like the smoke everywhere, and with Anakin kind of like swinging his lightsabers around. That was a really cool shot. I think it's one of the best shots in the movie. So it was decent. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but it was decent. Number 15 is the rematch between the three. Now, this one actually had Chancellor Palpatine watching and kind of evaluating Anakin's skills as he was going with it. And this one was better than the other one just because Anakin had some better moves and there was a bit more emotion to this one because they had met before and because Chancellor Palpatine literally just betrayed his apprentice. So, this one was pretty good. I think it could have been better because they might have added a little bit of theme music, but this was at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, and the end was just a blowout of lightsaber duels. So for that reason, it's number 15. Number 14 is Mace Windu and Jedi Masters versus Chancellor Palpatine. Now, I have a huge problem with this one because Chancellor Palpatine shouldn't have cut down 3 Jedi Masters that fast, and that's a pretty common problem with this one. I guess the screenwriters just did that just so that we could see how powerful he was, but it also made the other 3 Jedi look like kids. Now, while those 3 were actually standing there trying to kind of almost trying to defend themselves from this monster, tell me, what was Mace doing? He was just like standing there when, yeah, those 4 Jedi Masters should have been cutting him down or force pushing him back. I don't know. It was kind of, I don't know. I think it could have been better if Mace either went alone or brought Anakin. The outcome still would have been the same, but it would spare 3 Jedi looking like children. So, yeah. 13 is Rey versus Kylo Ren. This one gets a lot of complaints because it says Rey shouldn't have defeated him because she's the first time she held a lightsaber. I have a different problem. Kylo was just shot by Chewbacca. Now that kind of explains the fact that Rey defeated Kylo Ren, but there's still something it doesn't explain. How Kylo Ren was even standing. Like, earlier in the movie, we saw Chewbacca firing that thing, and even Han firing that, flying stormtroopers in the air and everything, like bunch of screams everywhere, doing insane damage. That should have killed Kylo Ren in seconds. 13 is Yoda versus Count Dooku. This one was short. It was short, fast, and there are people who enjoy Yoda doing flips and people who do not. I love watching Yoda do flips. That's why this one's a bit higher for me than other lists. I just think it was oddly short, but it had some emotion with Apprentice and Master, but we haven't really gotten to know these 2 characters that well yet. So, I don't know, it didn't feel like... Yeah, you didn't feel a whole lot when you watched it except Yoda doing flips. I don't really think that's what Yoda would have done in the situation. He came because Count Dooku needed to be stopped, and because Obi-Wan and Anakin have just been defeated. But I don't think that's what he would have done in the situation. I understand why he did it. I just don't think that's what he would have done. Number 11 is Rey versus Kylo Ren from The Rise of Skywalker, Part 1 on Kylo Ren's Star Destroyer. I've only seen The Rise of Skywalker once, so I have to remember this as well as I can. I do remember that this is the part where Rey did find out that she was a Palpatine, so that's pretty good. The scene with them destroying Vader's helmet was really cool. Really, there isn't a whole lot to say about this one. It was kind of just Rey and Kylo were attacking each other, while Finn, Poe, and Chewie, they were freeing Chewie. Finn, Poe, and Chewie taking down stormtroopers, and then finding out, oh, General Hux is the spy. But the lightsaber duel itself didn't have a whole lot to it. We got to see a better one later on Endor. So, this one was just mediocre. 10 is Yoda versus Darth Sidious. Yoda, back doing flips. This one was longer than the one with Count Dooku, so I'm happy about that because we got to see Yoda in action a bit more. This was one of our three main lightsaber duels at the very end of it, so it was really good. I didn't find any really big problems with this one. I just think that there were better ones with more emotion. This one didn't have a whole lot of emotion, so other ones had more emotion. But the action in here, honestly, I don't find anything wrong with it. Number 9 is Finn versus Captain Phasma from The Last Jedi. This one, on an emotion scale, is about 9.5 because they've never liked each other. And now, finally, a couple years later, Finn, with a really cool background, too. 2 lightsaber-like weapons. Finn finally getting to try to fight this Captain Phasma, someone who's received more training than he has. And then the scene of him getting thrown down, and then coming back up on that. I don't know what he was standing on, but he just comes up, hey, and then whaps Captain Phasma right in the face with that lightsaber thing and cuts off half of her mask. That was a cool scene. So I enjoyed this battle more than your average person did. Number 8 is Rey versus Kylo Ren from The Rise of Skywalker. This one actually started out in the Emperor's throne room with a vision of Darkseid Rey. Very creepy. But then it moved outside to the water with Kylo Ren and Rey. I think it was more Kylo Ren just drenched, battling. I don't know. Whenever I see lightsabers in water in cartoons and whatnot, they look a little odd, but these ones seem to survive the water pretty good. I don't know. This one was a pretty good one, but you got to see the two baseball bats style at each other again, and I wasn't crazy about that. But now it kind of looks like Rey's more known in the galaxy, so that made it a bit more powerful than the other duels between the two. So I don't know. I liked it. A lot of people didn't, but I really enjoyed it. Number 7 is Rey and Kylo versus the Praetorian Guards from Snoke's throne room. This is a pretty good battle mainly because of the background. Red, just plain red, and a bunch of guards who don't say a word. They just fight. Now, the thing is, for a second there we thought Kylo was a good guy, and then after, oh no, he's a bad guy. I think it would have been better if Rey still knew he was a bad guy, but they were forced to work together in this situation, and Rey was just like, whatever, we'll duel after as soon as we defeat these guys. Kylo, okay. And then as soon as they were done, bang, duel between the two. I thought that might have been a little bit better, but I don't know. I wasn't the director, so I don't know. I don't know how everything would have set up. Number 6 is Ben and Rey versus the Knights of Ren and Emperor Palpatine. Now, I was debating whether this should be in the list or not, because did 2 lightsaber weapons really clash? No. But lightsabers were used to block force lightning and to strike down opponents, and arguably it was yes, arguably it was no. I consider it to be, okay, yeah, I'll put it in. So, Kylo wasn't featured fighting Palpatine a lot. We did see him hold a blue lightsaber. That was really cool. So I'm happy about that. But, like I said, I've only seen the movie once, and I'm trying to remember as well as I can. So, it was good, though, because, well, Palpatine seemed really overpowered in that final battle, though, and then, as soon as Rey finally defeated him, she just fell to the ground. Dead. Yeah, dead. Kylo Ren comes back up from defeating the Knights of Ren. Just heals her. And then they kiss, like you're seeing in the picture. And then Kylo dies. So, it was a little bit of a roller coaster there, but I thought it had a lot of meaning and emotion to it. Number 5, Luke versus Kylo. Now, I'd like to start by saying Luke wasn't there. This was more of a lightsaber. Lightsabers actually didn't clash in this one either, now that I think about it, but it was still a duel. Luke was distracting them while the Resistance could escape. No, for a while there, I actually thought Luke was there, even when he got fired on. I thought it was like some special force trick, but no, he just wasn't there. I started to really notice something was up when he started dodging Kylo's attacks, but I don't know. This one had a lot of powerful emotion to it, with Kylo kind of really mad at Luke, and then with, I don't know. with Luke kind of seeing his older student again, his nephew. That's his nephew, right? Yeah, that's his nephew. Seeing his nephew again, dueling him. So, I thought it was a fun duel. Didn't last long, but it was really powerful. Number 4 is Luke versus Vader from The Empire Strikes Back. Now, the setting here is so cool. The smoke and everything. Darth Vader was clearly toying with Luke the entire time. Finally, he got tired of doing it, so he just started throwing a bunch of pillars at him. So then, finally one of them breaks the window. He crawls out onto the outside. Then your classic Luke, I am your father. Then Luke's, no! So, the no sounded kind of cheesy, but it was good, though. I really liked it. Like, the picture of Luke and Vader here, that's probably one of the coolest shots in Star Wars, if you ask me. So, some people, this is their favorite one, but I think there were better ones. Like this one, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul. Now, a lot of people have this lower on their list. Some people even have this number 1, because it was the first time we really saw fast-moving lightsabers. But, I don't know. Darth Maul looks super cool with that double-blade lightsaber fighting off 2 Jedi. It didn't have a lot of emotion until Qui-Gon died, and Obi-Wan fought him all by himself. That was really cool. And then cutting Maul's lightsaber in half. And then actually cutting Maul in half. I don't know, Obi-Wan's got a thing for cutting things in half. But this was really cool because it was the first time we got to see more choreography in lightsaber battles. Because in the former ones, all you really saw was 2 lightsabers slowly moving at each other. But this one was really cool. I enjoyed it more than your average person. Number 2, Luke versus Vader and Palpatine from Return of the Jedi. This one wasn't about the action. This one was about the powerful thing with father and son facing off against each other. Because they had Luke captive, and then strike me down, and your journey to the dark side will be complete. Turns around, gets his lightsaber, gets ready to strike Palpatine down. Vader protects him, and then you get Palpatine's really weird smile, super happy. He's like, ooh, I haven't seen a lightsaber duel in years. Okay, I'll sit on my throne, let these 2 duke it out. So, and then after Luke finally defeats Vader, Palpatine to Force Lightning, and then Vader finally, with his story of redemption coming to a close, and fulfilling his destiny as the Chosen One, throwing Palpatine into a pit. And then, well, of course, Palpatine from in front just force lightning Darth Vader, and then, it like I said before, it wasn't about the duel, it was about the emotion and father and son. But number 1 is Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader from Revenge of the Sith. This one was really good, just flat out really good. It wasn't the best background in all of Star Wars. It wasn't the best setting. I think the best setting was probably Luke versus Vader from The Empire Strikes Back. That might have been the best setting. But this one was really good, though. The setting behind it. And this was, like, a lot of people say this was the most epic one in Star Wars because, well, this one, they're not trying to have one person run away and the other person stopping them. They're both trying to end each other for good. And then what was I thinking? Anakin jumps over, and then Obi-Wan slices his legs off, leaving him there to die. But Palpatine comes and doesn't let him die. So, this is my favorite. So, it had a whole bunch of emotion, whole bunch of action, and a bunch of choreography, because it probably took a long time to make this. So, for that reason, it comes in number 1. Make sure to like the video, and if you enjoyed it, consider clicking that subscribe button. I'll see you again in the next video.